Hey folks, so welcome back to Mickey Speedway USA, everybody. Quite a lot has happened in between last episode and this one. So, last time you saw us finish off the mirror mode tracks with Ludwig von Drake and friends. And I originally had actually recorded a 3-hour or so recording session of me attempting to do some of the time trials. I was able to clear quite a few of them, but a lot of them just seemed impossible. And I had no idea how I was going to attempt to beat them, and that's when I made a very drastic choice. Something that I probably should have done at the beginning, but I didn't think it would work out this way. I think I mentioned earlier that Huey is the last remaining character, and we literally can't unlock him because you need to connect your official Nintendo hardware to the Game Boy Color N64 adapter pack, which literally nobody has, and I'm playing on official Nintendo hardware, so I can't do it anyways. And then I learned that there was a patch that was actually made where you could patch the ROM and unlock Huey by default. So I tried that, and it works, but the downside is, well, it erased all of my progress outside of that. So I decided to tough it out and just replay the entire game, getting all the platinum trophies again. So as we can see, if we go to the character select screen, yep, we have everybody. Mickey, Daisy, Goofy, Pete, Minnie, and Donald, and now we have Huey. Yep, he's average weight and handling, only 2 out of 4 for Excel, but his top speed is fantastic, right up there with Pete and Goofy. And he is pretty much just the best character all around. He's very fast. He's basically Goofy and Pete, but he has better turning, and he doesn't slow down as much when he goes off-road. At least he can go off-road for a little bit, and it doesn't really matter. He's incredible. So we're going to try the time trials today. So before we do anything else, I'm going to be playing as Ludwig von Drake. We will play as Huey eventually, but there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about first. And for this, we're going to head over to practice. We're gonna go to the practice track, which you haven't actually showed off yet. Because there's a lot I want to go over about Von Drake, which is an extension of the game itself, actually. So practice mode just puts us in this, farmland area. So if you want to just kind of, spend some time racing your character around, you can do that. And it's pretty interesting. It's mainly just here so you can get used to the controls. And it's here that I kind of want to talk about Von Drake. So, I played as Von Drake, and you'll remember that I really sucked with him. Kind of a lot. And that's because, honestly, I don't really know how to play this game properly. Von Drake actually has pretty much the same issues that every character has. It's just his get taken up to an 11. So if you don't know the ins and outs of all of the how the game's controls, you're gonna fail a lot. So Von Drake is the King of Time Trials mode. He has the highest top speed in the game by far. Nobody else can even touch him. If he's on a straightaway, his top speed is so absurd, and nobody can really catch him. It's incredible. The problem is, if you make any mistakes, no matter how small, Von Drake completely shuts down, pretty much. He has the worst handling and acceleration in the game, and you're not really seeing it here all that much, because I don't know why. It feels like it's playing differently, but the thing about Von Drake, he has terrible acceleration. So if you get the boost at the beginning, he goes right up to his max speed, which is great. But if he loses speed, it takes him a long time to get back up to speed. You need a straightaway, essentially. Drifting doesn't actually make you increase speed. It basically just prolongs your current speed. I guess it can help you get back up to your regular top speed, but if you have a little extra top speed than usual, either from a boost or whatnot, this can help preserve it for you. But it's very hard to get Von Drake back up to high speed. And everything makes him lose speed. Did you touch off-road? Boom, you're slowing down. Did you turn without drifting? Boom, he's gonna slow down. It's crazy. Now, every character actually does this, too. Every other character, if they touch off-road, they slow down, and if they turn without drifting, they also slow down. The problem is, it's hardly even noticeable on the other characters because their acceleration is good. But for Von Drake, well, all of those tiny little mistakes you don't really notice playing as the other characters, yeah, you're gonna notice them now. So that's gonna make it much more difficult to do time trials. You really have to master his car. Oh, we just ran over the egg. How wonderful. We'll go to options because we want to make sure we're racing against the staff ghosts. I'm also going to turn on the heckle button, just for the heckle of it. We want to make sure we race the staff ghosts. Anyways, so if we head to time trial, you'll see what I mean. Let's go to, say, Indianapolis to begin with. Oh, hey, Nod. It's a new thing to look at, eh? Welcome to time trial. Hello there! You can use the time trial to practice the tracks and record your fastest times. Also, for each track, there are special challenge times. If you beat the fastest challenge on the track, you'll receive a gold challenge token. To help you beat these times, set the staff ghost setting on the options page to on. I already did that. Thank you, Von Drake. So there are two different staff ghosts. There's a regular staff ghost who will play as Mickey or Donald, and then if you beat them, you'll unlock the expert staff ghost who plays as Goofy or Pete. Who's a lot harder to beat. You have to beat the expert staff ghost to unlock the token. So Von Drake, if we're here, on practice mode we're playing on the easiest difficulty, but time trials you're playing on the highest. So as you can see, it takes a long time for Von Drake to get up to speed. If we try turning without drifting, look at our speedometer. It starts plummeting. We touch off-road, like let's go on the grass here, boom, goes even more. Von Drake also has absolutely terrible turning. If we just try turning normally in here, yeah, it doesn't work. We lose so much speed. And it takes so long to get back up to speed. Like, we can drift, but that doesn't really do a whole lot. We kind of have to go on a straightaway. So if you want to turn, you generally want to drift. The problem is, if you drift, you can't really turn all that well. So there are a couple things that you can do in order to try and alleviate this a bit. One of the best things you can do is to just tap the stick a tiny bit, like flick it left or right repeatedly, and that'll kind of help you correct your direction a little bit without losing too much speed. Otherwise, you're going to just really need to know the courses and be able to know when to drift, when to start drifts and all that. And oftentimes you want to start drifting for the next turn long before you get there. This is especially apparent if you end up in a course where you have a lot of, like, you turn left, then you turn right, you turn left, you turn right. You're generally going to want to start the, like, second drift turn before you even touch the first one. Also, fun fact, Indianapolis, this doesn't actually count as off-road, which is very weird. But you'll see the expert staff ghost definitely takes advantage of that. Sometimes, as Von Drake, you literally will have to brake drift. And if you do that, watch the speedometer. If you just do it a tiny bit, you don't lose a whole lot of speed. But if we brake drift a lot, we lose it a lot more quickly. So the main way to win these staff ghosts, to beat the staff ghost as Von Drake, you need to keep that speedometer in the red as much as possible. And that generally means getting the startup boost and trying to preserve the top speed from the startup boost as much as possible via drifts and perfectly straight driving. So that was a terrible time. We're going to try this again. Obviously, I'm going to try to see if I can get the gold token for every time trial. Von Drake can actually do most of the courses, but there are some courses there is no way you're beating the staff ghost of Von Drake. Like, yeah, just try it on the Everglades or Texas or Colorado. It ain't gonna work. Alright, I'll type in my initials. There we go. RT. How lovely. Okay, so let's race again. And I'll kind of show you guys how to play Von Drake. So first, we have to get the startup boost. And we start drifting way earlier than normal. And see, look how high our speedometer is. We could correct our turn a little bit. And then we'll look at that. Alright, that's another thing you want to watch out for, though. If you do wide drifts, you need to make sure that you're not holding the stick as far away as possible for a long period of time. If you do that, you will skid out and lose all of your speed. And it's awful. We might still be able to beat the regular staff ghost, honestly, because that's just how fast Von Drake is. So I did a tiny little brake drift around that turn. And then as you see, I just am very gently pushing the stick to correct myself. So we can see Mickey up there. We might still be able to beat him. We can also see our Ghost, who's still on the second lap. Okay, no, we won't be able to beat Mickey. Spinning out is a very costly mistake. But we almost lapped our previous ghost, so that's pretty good. What I've kind of discovered about time trials is if you're trying to beat them as Ludwig von Drake, they're almost like puzzles. Like, a lot of the puzzle is just figuring out how to use Von Drake to actually get good times. When to drift, when to break drift, what to do. It's actually kind of fun. Alright, we're going to try again. And from here on out, I'm going to create a save state at the start of these time trials, just so I can quick reload, because pausing crashes the game. So as you can see, we can kind of race off-road here, which is weird. There we go, just a tiny brake drift, and boom. And as you can see, we're leaving Mickey in the dust. This is beautiful. Don't get angry. Oh, that's a shame. So we touched off-road there, which is not ideal at all. I'm gonna try to hold out this into drift for the whole turn, so that way we can go off-road here and take this turn tighter. The tighter you can take the turns, the faster your time will be. Racing 101. If you are able to get a good enough time that you actually are faster than the expert staff ghost, then you will not need to actually race them. It'll count your time as automatically beating them, and you'll get the token. Yeah! There we go. So we beat the regular staff ghost. Because we touched off-road, we might not have beaten the expert one. We'll just see. No, we actually did! That was fast enough to beat the expert staff ghost. Sweet! 1 minute 8 seconds. Not bad. That's also Indianapolis, which is the easiest track in the game. So I was able to beat the first 2 cups all with Von Drake. So let's try to do that again. So let's go to San Francisco next. This one's a good bit tougher for Von Drake, just because it's not nearly as simple as just big turns. But here we'll learn some ins and outs. Mainly of some of the zigzags. So like right here, there's a couple turns, but like we don't even bother with those small turns in there. We just drive straight. And this also is boost panels. As Von Drake, you definitely want to take advantage of boost panels, hit them, and try to preserve that speed as best as possible. I did a crappy job there. But it doesn't even matter, we're still passing Donald. Also, if you press the drift button right when you go over something like a jump like that, then you can get a slight speed boost. And as you saw, I started drifting, like, there was a right turn, but I started drifting to the, there was a left turn, but I started drifting to the right, because I knew there was a right turn right after that. And Von Drake's, like, drifting is so wide, you can actually take turns in the opposite direction, almost. So that boost panel, you've got to start power sliding before you reach the top. And this is a track where it's really helpful to know how to do the slight control stick flicks in order to correct your direction just a little bit. And yeah, we're taking a right turn. Or we're taking a left turn by drifting right. It's paradoxical, but it actually works. This is what I mean when I say Von Drake is almost like a puzzle character. He's really, really hard to use, but if you can use him at a high level, he's incredible. So we're going to start drifting here. And as you can see, this allows us to preserve that boost speed. Look how fast we're going. So I'm barely going to drift at all, and then we drift to... Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, so I shouldn't have drifted so early. Uh-oh, that's real bad, actually. We definitely ain't beating the expert staff ghost this time. But we still left Donald in the dust. That's the thing. Von Drake is, if you can avoid crashing, if you can avoid going off-road and slowing down via turning, he will leave everybody in the dust. It's honestly incredible. Let's try that again. So time trials are actually pretty fun, and there's the expert staff ghost. So as you can see, we're leaving Pete in the dust right now because we're just so much faster than he is. We only have a 1 extra speed compared to him, it doesn't even matter. Whoop. One other thing to keep in mind for some of the future tracks. If there are boost panels, you can afford to do things like brake drifting and hitting off-road, because the boost will keep making you go to your top speed over and over again until it wears off. So, like, while you're in the middle of a boost, absolutely feel free to brake drift. It won't really slow you down. And here we go. It feels so good to use Von Drake well. Because you go so fast. And, like, you make it look easy, but then if other people, like, try doing it themselves, they'll see firsthand just how difficult Von Drake is to actually use. So I did a little brake drift there. And as you can see, we've got quite a lead over Pete. I can't even see him when I look backwards. But again, this is also the first cup, so the courses are pretty easy here. That turn at the end there is generally good to brake drift through, but there we go, yeah. No sign of Pete anywhere. I designed this too good. Yeah! We got the medal. Love that sound effect. Wonderful. So New Mexico's another one that Von Drake generally does pretty well on. In fact, this was one I got first try. Literally, when I did my 3-hour recording that won't actually see the light of day, when I first played this as Von Drake, I literally first tried it. And like right here, I beat both Staff Ghosts with Von Drake here. And I don't think I ever had to reset. Because this is a course that Von Drake really is just kind of dominant on. Yeah, yeah. Like, no sign of the mouse anywhere. Whoops, I did a non-drift turn there a little too much. So I lost some speed, but that's okay. It's so weird. Some of the courses, the expert staff ghosts really aren't that difficult at all. Some of them, it's like, oh yeah, this is a good challenge, but it's fair. And then some of them, I'm just like, they race perfectly. Like, how do you beat this? It's kind of like, I guess that's, you get that in pretty much any time trial mode in any racing game, but it seemed particularly egregious here. Like, there were some tracks I'm convinced I would never have been able to get the gold medal for if I didn't unlock Huey. Huey's going to be very valuable. There we go. Yeah, so New Mexico. That should be a medal right there. Yep, there we go. Don't even need to bother with the expert staff ghosts. We're just that good. This is where things get tough. We're going to the Grand Canyon. I was also convinced this was impossible with Von Drake, and then I managed to pull it off. Because this is where I really started to learn the power of A, brake drifting, and B, the control stick flicking. And also the fact that that's not actually a shortcut down there. Yeah, you absolutely have to brake drift here. And even though I did, oof, that lost a lot more speed than I should have. This is one of those staff ghosts that's very hard to beat once you get the expert one, so we will be having to play this one again. I can already tell. Heck, even Donald's keeping up with us. We're gonna start drifting right now. So we don't actually have to brake drift around that corner if we start our regular drift early enough. This is another viable path, is to go around this way. It's probably better, because then we can take this turn a lot easier. That's the way you're supposed to do that turn. Again, we did lose speed from brake drifting, but considering how much speed we make up in the rest of the track by going crazy fast, it still means Von Drake is good on this track. Again, the whole track plays out like a puzzle. It's actually very fun to figure out how to solve. Yes, I will be saying that frequently, because it's the truth. I'm still going to have to repeat this time trial because, again, the expert staff ghost is so strict, but we still are doing crazy good. First lap was messy, but the other two were really good. I'm very happy with that, actually, as a first attempt. How lovely. Now we've got Pete as the staff ghost. It's always either Pete or Goofy. There we go. Don't expect me to race this well on every course, folks. Once we get to the courses I never did get the medal for, oh, that's when things are going to go downhill. And it's going to take a lot longer to work out our strategy.
This is beautiful.
Do. Oh, that's not good. Although, we're still ahead of Pete. But he's definitely hot on our tail now. Yep, there he is. Still, though. So you'll notice we're doing great against the staff ghost, and that's just because of this top speed stat. Trust me, as soon as you start using a character with the same top speed, you're going to see how well the expert staff ghosts play. This is why Von Drake is really nice to use, because he gives you an inherent advantage with the top speed. Yeah, it's crazy hard to use him, but if you can use him... Oh, shoot. Not again. Oh, no, Pete's right there. We might still be able to pass him at the end here because of the boost panel. Nope. Okay, so I needed to be harsher with the brake drifting at the part towards the end. Still, that's a good record. Told you guys, this expert staff ghosts, they're tough. Okay, well, let's pretend that didn't happen. There we go. Not sure how we got that lead over our other staff ghost, or over our own ghost, but alright. Let's do it. Yeah. Be harsher on the brake drifting. You lose a lot less speed for brake drifting than you do for hitting off-road.
This is beautiful.
Oh man, this course is fun though. I'll definitely show off the full run of my successful time trial medal completions. I will not be showing off everything along the way when I inevitably have lots of trial and errors and fail a lot.
This is beautiful.
There we go. We almost hit the pole at the end there.
I designed this too good.
Alright, we just a little slowed down at the last lap, but honestly, that was a really good time, and that gives us the medal. Yeehaw! First cup's time trials are good to go. Let's go to the next cup. And we start off with Los Angeles. This is another track that is pretty easy for Von Drake to dominate at, because it's just giant curve after giant curve.
Get set.
There are times when you might have to brake drift or do the little turn correction. But otherwise, on the whole, you just go crazy fast for pretty much the entire thing. Because basically you start one drift, then you go into the next drift.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. This is one of those courses, if you're Von Drake, and again, you know what you're doing, no one can catch you.
This is beautiful.
Von Drake's completely destroying the competition. This is beautiful! I mean, it's just a figure eight. Like, what did you expect? It's not difficult. Boom. Easy.
I designed this too good.
This was another one I believe I did first try. Yep. Easy peasy. This was one of the easier ones for sure. Would you believe me if I told you Alaska is one Von Drake can actually dominate on? I thought for sure going into this that you would need to be someone of good off-road, but no, Von Drake is actually pretty competent at this one. It just requires you to know how to do it. Especially because, well, there's a boost panel. And Von Drake is at his best when there are boost panels. Okay, well, he's at his best when there are no boost panels, but you don't hit the walls. These ice flows are ridiculously easy to accidentally hit. Here we go. That's what I was trying to do. Again, it's another one of those tracks you can brake drift on because of all the boost panels. There we go. So we destroyed the regular Staff Ghost. We'll see if we beat the Expert Staff Ghost on that as well. We did! All right! Man, this is a lot easier the second time around. These took me ages to get through the first time. I love it. Alright, we're off to Las Vegas. This one took me a very long time to get. It took me like 30 tries. And again, one of these ones where I didn't think Von Drake could pull it off, but he can. And boy, can he pull it off very well. I also want to point out that that shortcut we see at the beginning that I had no idea how to take. Oh, shoot. This shortcut here, I'll actually show you how to take it. You have to get the startup boost, and then you need a high enough top speed. It's not really worth it for Von Drake to take, because then he has to immediately brake drift, and it loses a huge amount of his starting momentum. But that's how you do it. And it's very finicky. Like, I could not do it when I was playing as Goofy. Even though he has the next highest top speed stat alongside Pete. But the Pete Staff Ghost here, when we get the expert one, he takes it lap 1. Pete Staff Ghost also takes the shortcut here, which I think you can technically do it as Von Drake, but it's generally just not worth the effort. Here we go. Even if you think we're doing great, I can promise you we're not beating the expert Staff Ghost with this run. Yeah, Pete here is absolutely insane. So, yeah, this is one of those courses you better know how to do the mild correction without losing your speed. There we go. Yes, he did. No way that's giving us the medal, though. Nope. No, it's not RTA, just RT. I said RT, not RTA, but... Alright, we'll race the track again. And we'll get to see how Pete takes the shortcut at the start of every lap. Or not, oh, just the first lap, actually. So yeah, Pete has the advantage right here, but as you can see, we're still going crazy fast from our startup boost because we haven't really lost any of our speed. And that's how we get the advantage over Pete. By keeping that momentum going. No brake drifting, no touching walls, just using our superior top speed to our advantage. It doesn't matter if Pete can hit the shortcuts and we can't, we still are just faster than he is. And it helps that this course is just mostly gentle drifts around the sands. It's actually pretty fun. You gotta be on your A game, because again, if we mess up at all and our speedometer goes down to the start of the red, we lose. That's a lot of top speed to lose, and Pete will be able to kind of keep up with us at that point. But if we can keep our speed at this point, Pete will not stand a chance. You can't compete with top speed this high, as long as you can maintain it. So as you see, I just lost a little bit of it because I did a tiny little turn without drifting. Sometimes it's all it takes, though.
Oh, no, don't get angry.
Don't get angry. You were going to lose to Von Drake the whole time. And there we go. Viva Las Vegas! Oh, yeah. That feels good. Why does it keep saying RTA? Does it just default to A if you don't put that in? Well, whatever. That's fine. Alright, time for one of the most fun of all of the time trials. Philadelphia was one of those that was very challenging, but very rewarding. I really enjoyed gunning for the best time on this level. This is also the last of the time trials I actually grabbed. Everything else from here on out, I did not get the medals for, so it'll just be fun little surprises along the way. Ouch. Oh my gosh, why did I do that risky maneuver? Well, it paid off. Yes, he is! So that's one where we do a little brake drifting. It's okay. I do not trust myself to take that turn at the corner there, because that's a very precise corner to get. Alright, we're going to try to take this as tight as possible. Correct ourselves, boom. Now we don't even have to brake drift. Honestly, Philadelphia is one of those courses that's just very fun. Might be somewhat simple, but the actual mechanics on it for racing fast are pretty fun. Like taking these corners tightly, a couple jumps along the way, some cool scenery. You've got the boost panel. Got the really big drifts up here, which is, it's fun. It's just a very fun track. And again, the Expert Staff Ghost is hard, but very fair. At least, it's fair if you're playing as the professor. So, we'll see if that actually beat the Expert Staff Ghost, since I had to brake drift on the first lap. It did! Oh yeah! Excellent going, Professor von Drake. Okay, but from here on out, everything else I'm gonna have to learn as I go, so yeah. I will not be playing as the Professor for everything, but I'm confident we can play as him for Dakota because there are a bunch of boost panels here. We just have to figure out the path, where and when to drift. So let's find out together. So immediately we're gonna have to drift right. But then it's immediately a drift this way. So we hit the boost panel here. Okay. So that's not gonna work. So it's probably gonna need a brake drift after that boost. That boost lets us go straight to the second boost though, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is very doable. This is very doable. Okay, maybe we can avoid hitting the wall there. Alright. Yeah, we got this. That. Ow. Okay, that brake drift from the first boost, for the last boost panel back to the first one will take some finagling. But all in all, yeah, this is very doable. Ow. This is also where the resetting is going to get cranked into overdrive. Another thing you can do is if you brake drift in midair, it generally doesn't slow you down as much as if you do it on the ground. There we go! Oh, shoot. Well, we don't want to do it at the cost of going off-road. All right, that was a pretty good time. I don't know how good the expert staff ghost here is going to be, so we might have to redo that. Never mind, that was a good enough time on Dakota. All right. Good job, Von Drake. Okay, Von Drake is... I can't tell if he was designed to be this, like, really skill-based character where you have to really, really practice every track with him to be good, or if they actually designed him to be really bad, like a joke character, but then people just figured out how to use him well. I like to think it's the former, and that he's a skill-based character. Alright, so we went to Dakota. Next up, Seattle. Because it's all pavement and there's, like, no off-road, I think Von Drake stands a chance here. But again, we'll have to map out our route. Okay. So we can't immediately just start drifting the other way. That we noted. Alright. I remember the main part of this track that worried me with Von Drake is the tunnel part. Where I'm like, how do you do that without, like, losing a bunch of time? Okay, so brake drift boost there, that's good. So kind of same thing here. Yeah, I don't know how to do the tunnel part. But honestly, if we got the rest of it kind of locked down. Okay, not that part. If we can get the very end figured out, we should be good to go. So we figured this part out. It's brake drift. Wow, you still have the boost. That part we also need to figure out. We'll probably need to brake drift as we go up there. Also, we need to go up there to get the second boost panel, so there's no point practicing that part if we don't grab it. There we go! That's how you do it! Oh, man! Oh, this course is actually really fun with Von Drake. That's what the evolution of every... Ow. Ow. Okay, that's every track. Every track you're like, surely this is not possible as Von Drake. Then you figure out how to do it, you're like, oh man, this track's so fun with Von Drake. Okay, Mickey Speedway USA might have the best time trial mode out of any racing game I've played. It's a lot better than Mario Kart's. And it's because only you can use Von Drake. None of the staff ghosts use Von Drake. If they did, it would be a lot worse. But it's less of like, hey, are you better than the staff ghost? And more like, hey, here's this character that's ridiculously hard to use but has high potential. Can you use them well? Which is such a unique take on time trials, but I love it. Okay, that... I don't know why I'm whiffing on these. Oh, that's right. It's because I need to start drifting before I reach the boost panel. That's why. Okay. That ending part's a little sloppy. But we've got like 90% of this course on lock, which is awesome. That part, okay. We need to work on drifting up the slope and getting the end turn. But the rest of it we seem to have on lock, which is really, really cool. Okay, that's pretty good for the end, too. This is beautiful, Von Drake. Okay, I wish I knew how to do that. Because sometimes, like, the drifting angle you're at from the previous turn affects what happens for your next turn, so... Ow. I will also say the quick reset from the save states are really helping this too. There we go. Oh my gosh! That's it. This track is amazing. I mean, we're not really getting any tokens, but do we really need them? Okay, well darn it. That's the hard part, is getting up that ramp. If we can get up that ramp consistently, we've got this. Okay, yeah. All right, that was too wide of an angle. Right-hand side of the middle arrow. Okay. Okay, we need to start right drifting up right before we reach the second half of that. Like I said, it's a puzzle. Ow. It's puzzle mixed with execution. It's like Lemmings! Puzzle plus execution. That's why I like it so much. I'm gonna tell everyone on the Lemmings forums that this is equivalent to Lemmings. Maybe we start drifting a little later. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there to make that. But man, this part is tricky. Because it's like your direction you're facing, what part you're at, where you hit the boost panels, when you start the drift. Everything matters. There we go. Now we'll get a better re-entry for lap 3, and we're making great time. We just got to do that one more time. Have no idea if we'll beat the Expert Staff Ghost if we get it. Okay, we probably won't be beating the Expert Staff Ghost now. Okay, we definitely won't be beating the Expert Staff Ghost now, but... Oh, never mind. Wow, we messed up a lot at the end there. Cool. Not as clean as I've gotten it before, but still, hey, if I get it, then I'm happy. Okay, we didn't hit the jump on the way out, but we still were able to maintain a good amount of speed. So I'm quite happy with that. I think this will be one of those tracks where my inherent top speed advantage is all that's really needed to beat the Expert Staff Ghost. Well, that and maybe not doing that. All right, let's see if we beat Expert Staff Ghost or not. I could see it either way. We flubbed it a little bit there, here and there, but we were also really fast for most of it. Oh no, we beat it. That was enough to do it. So, all right. That feels great.